Hello, I'm the Reverend Mark from St Stephen's here in Malton. And we're on Wednesday of Holy Week as we hear the story of Jesus and his disciples before he was taken to the cross. So today we're reading again from Matthew 26. We're continuing that story, starting at verse 36 and reading through to verse 56. So that's Matthew 26, starting at verse 36. And then Jesus went with them to a place called Gethsemane, and he said to his disciples, "Sit here while I go over there and pray." He took with him Peter and the two sons of Zebedee, and began to be aggrieved and agitated. Then he said to them, "I am deeply grieved, even to death. Remain here and stay awake with me." And going a little farther, he threw himself on the ground and prayed, "My Father, if it is possible, let this cup pass from me. Yet, not what I want, what you want." Then he came to the disciples and found them sleeping. And he said to Peter, "So could you not stay awake with me 1 hour? Stay awake and pray, that you may not come into the time of trial. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak." Again he went away for the second time and prayed, "My Father, if this cannot pass unless I drink it, your will be done." Again he came and found them sleeping, for their eyes were heavy. So leaving them again, he went away and prayed for the third time, saying the same words. Then he came to the disciples and said to them, "Are you still sleeping and taking your rest? See, the hour is at hand, and the Son of Man is betrayed into the hands of sinners. Get up, let us be going. See, my betrayer is at hand." While he was still sleeping, Judas, one of the 12, arrived. With him was a large crowd with swords and clubs from the chief priests and the elders of the people. Now the betrayer had given them a sign, saying, "The one I will kiss is the man. Arrest him." At once he came up to Jesus and said, "Greetings, Rabbi," and kissed him. Jesus said to him, "Friend, do what you are here to do." Then they came and laid hands on Jesus and arrested him. Suddenly one of those with Jesus put his hand on his sword, drew it, and struck the slave of the high priest, cutting off his ear. And Jesus said to him, "Put your sword back into its place, for all who take the sword will perish by the sword. Do you think that I cannot appeal to my Father, and he will at once send me more than 12 legions of angels? But how then would the scriptures be fulfilled, which say it must happen in this way?" At that hour, Jesus said to the crowds, "Have you come out with swords and clubs to arrest me as though I were a bandit? Day after day I sat in the temple teaching, and you did not arrest me. But all this has taken place so that the scriptures of the prophets may be fulfilled." Then all the disciples deserted him and fled. This is the word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. And prayer. My Saviour, why do you invite me to share in the glory of the resurrection? Please stay with me as I struggle to see how accepting the crosses of my life will free me from the power of the one who wants only to destroy my love and trust in you. Help me to be humble and accepting like your Son Jesus. I want to turn to you with the same trust he had in your love. Save me, Lord. Only you can save me. Amen. Tomorrow is Maundy Thursday, remembrance of that night where Jesus gathered his disciples together in a room. And we'll have a special service tomorrow. We're unable to celebrate full communion together because of the restrictions. However, we're going to have a service of what we call spiritual communion. We'll reflect on John's version of what happened in the room with Jesus and his friends that night, and commit ourselves to working together in communion with each other. So hopefully you can make that tomorrow, Maundy Thursday. I'll see you then. Goodbye.